WBAY TV, your first alert station. Action 2 News This Morning live stream starts now.
Hi there, good morning and welcome to our Action 2 News This Morning live stream. I'm Tammy Elliott.
And I'm Emerson Lehman. Thanks for streaming with us this morning. An 11-year-old girl from Appleton being recognized, and rightfully so, as a hero for helping save her mother's life during a medical emergency.
Quite a story of the teamwork here. And Kristen Allen is live this morning in Appleton. Kristen, such an incredible story of bravery.
It truly is, and we don't really know exactly what this medical emergency was that happened, but we do know that it did require CPR, and listening to some of the audio recordings of the 911 calls, the dispatcher can be heard asking the 11-year-old girl, Josie Patan, if it looks like her mother is breathing or not. She didn't think that she was, so that dispatcher was able to walk her through the steps of how to perform CPR over the phone, and that ultimately led to Josie playing a major role in saving her mother's life. And so this happened recently when Josie and her mother were just sitting on the couch, and her mother was reading a book about crochet. And when this incident happened, Josie used her iPad to call her grandparents, who called 911. Just moments later, a dispatcher was then able to reach Josie, calling her and taking her through those steps of how to perform CPR on her mother.
I need you to go by her and let me know what you see, because I need to know if she's breathing or not. If she's not breathing, we're going to do CPR.
Josie followed those directions and started CPR. She received 2 certificates from the city of Appleton and was able to meet the dispatcher who helped her.
They're all like really cool and they seem really important. Yeah, they're really nice though.
We do take a lot of phone calls, and we don't always get to figure out exactly how they ended up. So to see the actual person in real life that we helped, seeing her mom's expression, how thankful she was, it was just nice to be able to know that we made a true difference in their life.
As for her mom, Kirsten, she's doing much better now, but doctors are still trying to figure out exactly what happened. Reporting live in Appleton, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.
What a story.
It is just amazing when you hear all of that.
Great work by Josie, of course, but the dispatcher as well. We were talking about it off camera, to be able to walk her through that, and I know they're trained to do that, but I think they're really unsung heroes out there helping our first responders get to where they need to go. So a big shout out to all those 911 dispatchers who answering the call when we need them.
Yeah, saving lives right there, and that is proof. Let's check in with Steve now. Get you up to date on our weather this morning. First alert weather, and talking a little bit of leftover and continuing fog this morning, Steve, and some freezing, and we know that was affecting some school delays up north.
Right, up north especially, and I think that's where they got some freezing rain overnight, and there's probably a little bit of some thin freezing fog. At this time yesterday, it was difficult to see downtown Oshkosh. This morning you can see it, but if you look towards the horizon, you can see that kind of blurry glow. There's some haze or some thin fog out there, and we're right at 32 degrees. So yeah, temperatures are right around the freezing mark. It's damp. The roads, they're heavily treated, so I think the more busy roads are going to be in good shape, but lesser traveled roads could have some slickness, especially as you go out into central Wisconsin, where the fog thickens up a little bit out towards Rhinelander and Wausau. Visibility dropping down to about a mile. Temperatures around and below freezing, so again, you got to watch out for some of those slick spots, especially north and west. A hint of some patchy freezing drizzle possible, and careful with your footing on sidewalks and driveways and parking lots. But all in all, that said, our severe weather outlook is very low. Today, a lot of clouds. We could see some patchy sun trying to peek through this afternoon, but it's not a for sure thing. It's a chance. Otherwise, mild and damp with a high of 35 degrees. We'll have broken clouds and perhaps some more icy fog developing as we go towards tonight.
And Emerson, you were bringing this up, that the temperatures were feeling pretty mild.
It just seems like, compared to other years, Steve, it just feels a bit warmer out for early to mid-January, like we're feeling.
Well, you may recall the past couple of years we had less than normal snowfall, and we also had some mild streaks of weather. But yeah, our temperatures are running about 10 degrees above average, and this is an extended stretch all the way through this week. And later this week, we're going to be dealing with our next weather makers. There's 2 of them I want you to be paying attention to. Tomorrow night, we're going to get rain, a widespread soaking rain. Up to an inch is a possibility. That's probably going to wash away any treatment that's on the road. So on Friday, the crews will be out probably putting down some new treatment, because on Saturday, we get the second weather maker, accumulating snow, slippery travel. Saturday is a first alert weather day. So back across the western United States, there's lots of clouds, there's some rain and snow showers. Things are becoming unsettled again. The jet stream right now, it's kind of split across North America. The southern branch is bringing in that area of low pressure from the southwest over top of us tomorrow night. That's going to give us the rain. And then the northern branch of the jet stream gives us this second storm system on Saturday into early Sunday morning. And that's going to be the snowmaker. So let's break things down with First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. Here's tomorrow, Thursday, thickening clouds, dry in the morning, dry midday. But here's 4 p.m. The leading edge of the rain arrives in Green Bay. And it will build from a light rain to more of a soaking, moderate to even heavy rain. And that'll continue through Thursday evening. Look what's happening up north around midnight. A switch over to some wet snow. It may get a slushy inch or 2 up towards the UP border. But the lion's share of tomorrow night's precipitation is going to be rain. Here's rain and melted snow on First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. And you can see that streak of 1-inch totals. Remember, the ground, it's cold, it's frozen. That rain is going to not absorb very easily into that frozen soil. So we're probably going to have some runoff and maybe some standing water. Wouldn't be shocked if there was some minor flash flooding in some low-lying areas. Otherwise, here's the second weather maker coming in just in time for 7 o'clock Saturday morning. Looks like a light to moderate snow. There's Saturday midday. Here's Saturday evening. A little bit of a lull in the snow. Then the snow showers kind of wrap around the back side of this low pressure system, wrapping up Sunday morning. And the computer models are trying to resolve exactly how much snow we're going to get on Saturday. And it seems like the latest data is kind of pulling the snowfall totals farther apart. The European model, the latest data, only calls for about 1 inch of snow in Green Bay, while the American GFS model calls for about 4 or 5 inches. In general, I think the totals are trending down a little bit, but there's definitely some uncertainty here. And so we need to go through more data as we get a little bit closer to this storm system on the Saturday, and we'll give you First Alert updates so you know what's going on. So there's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast, a high of 35 today, a warmer 40 for tomorrow, then it turns colder as we go into the weekend. We're looking at highs around 31 on Saturday and then 27 on Sunday. And if you bear with me, I'll give you one little extra nugget of knowledge. The forecast for the Packers and Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago, 7 p.m. kickoff down there, and you're freezing with a brisk west wind and a chance of snow showers.
All right, Steve, thanks so much. Now we want to check in with Aisha in First Alert Traffic.
Good morning.
Good morning. Any backups, anything out there? Things have been looking fairly smooth this morning compared to yesterday. We had all that fog.
Yeah, it was that pea soup Steve always mentions yesterday, but this morning it is definitely a lot more faint as far as that fog goes. And the roads, they're okay so far, but we're talking about that freezing fog just in case anybody is near that central portion of our viewing area, central Wisconsin. If you are, watch for that. But especially, like he said, the parking lots and sidewalks could be dangerous if they're untreated. Any of those untreated roadways could be slippery as well. This is the Bellevue area, I-43 near that Manitowoc Road. There was a crash here, but it looks like it cleared. I also wanted just to show you the roads. They are dry. Our roads at this point in January are heavily treated. So by this point, any bit of that dampness, especially with the last few days that were overly treated on purpose, things have improved significantly when it comes to those wet roads or damp roads. So 441, I-41, you're seeing that as well there. That faint fog, a little bit of that. Breezewood Lane in Winnebago County there along I-41. You could see a little bit of it too right here on Mason Street, as well as 172 over the bridge in Brown County. As far as our road conditions, I alluded to this a little bit. Anagosing reports of some of those slippery stretches a little bit to the north as well. So for our viewers in the northern area, Door County has improved in the last hour or so as far as what we're seeing getting reported this morning. Those road conditions otherwise in the green category, but again, those untreated roadways, anything that's maybe sidewalks or pavement that's a parking lot also might be a little bit slippery depending on where you are this morning. Appleton, you might see that crash marker. It looks like that had cleared as well this morning. Otherwise, things are pretty quiet at this point, guys.
All right. Thanks, Aisha.
robots. We're talking about robots.
Taking over.
The Consumer Electronics Show kicking off with its first full day in Vegas. And fortunately, we're getting a first-hand look at it thanks to someone that you're very close with.
Yeah, my husband, who is at the show, and I just said, hey, Glenn, if you see anything cool, share some videos with us. So woke up this morning and saw all these videos, so we thought we'd share them with you. Robots playing piano. Listen a little bit there. Look at them.
Got some tune.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
There it is. Fabulous Las Vegas sign. And look at all the robots in a row right there. They're all
waving.
waving. Kind of weird dog. And then watch this. A robot folding laundry, fist bumping. You know, they're a little weird, right? Some are a little creepy, but they are the big thing right there out at the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, just hitting the floors there.
I can see where, you know, a robot to fold my laundry. I can see where that would be, you know, lucrative to people, but like, why a robot dog?
Yeah, I don't know.
To go fetch the newspaper?
I guess so.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it just was all over. And the robot folding was a little slow for me. I was like, okay.
You gotta go faster.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just, but you know, it's development in stages.
You know what I'd like to see a robot that shovels your driveway when you get snow.
Oh, that would be
come
super
in
helpful.
handy.
I think a lot of people would like
we have the
that.
Roomba, right? The robot that vacuums.
Yeah, it's like
so why
a-
couldn't you
Pretty
have,
helpful, yeah.
you know, the robot that shovels?
Maybe that's coming.
The
Good
Roomba
idea,
doesn't look as
Steve.
weird to me because it's
Right,
not like a human.
Yeah, it looks like
thing.
an actual
I don't
robot.
know.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Oh, there's the paper.
as we've promised you this week, the segment called Caption 2 News, we got nearly 200 unique comments on this week's post that they're calling it Jazzy Steve.
Jazzy
There you
yeah.
are. Okay, so
Jazz hands.
So we put it on Facebook and asked you to come up with a caption for this.
Wendy says, when the weekend forecast calls for a 100% chance of dance moves.
I love that.
Getting jiggy with it, Steve. All right. Hank says, when the Packers say they're looking for a new kicker. Oh,
I don't think I'm going to be on their list.
Steve, you going to sign up? Yeah, there you go. John says, you've heard of Bend It Like Beckham. Get ready for Bend It Like Balon. That's good.
That's pretty good. I like that
That might
one.
be my favorite.
Yeah.
Lola, start spreading the news. Green Bay, Green Bay.
That's good.
That's pretty funny. I like
love
that
it.
I had to sing that, yeah. Chris says, when your executive producer tells you to lighten up. I think that was actually
There you go.
Sarcasm.
that was our
Yeah.
executive producer
Yeah, that was.
shared that one.
Uh-huh.
Love it.
Well, there's some good ones.
I like it.
I like the Bend It Like Balon. That's
Yeah,
a good
that's
one.
pretty good.
That is good.
You folks at home were kind. You didn't really drag me down to the gutter. So
too crazy.
I appreciate that.
I think
Thank you.
Steve gets. I think all of us get a little bit nervous when we're picked for the caption
Right.
news. Like, oh boy, what's
What's going to happen?
Do I want to look at the comments or not? But great job, everybody. Thanks for playing along, and enjoy not having to deal with so much freezing rain today.
Yeah.
It's a positive after 2 days of it. So
Would like some more sunshine, but
Right.
Yeah. There's a
we'll get
chance.
little steps. Little
it's a
steps.
little chance.
It's a little chance.
Okay, maybe more this week coming. We'll wait for
Hopefully.
it. We'll
Hopefully.
wait for it, Steve.
Be patient.
Okay. Take care, everyone.